Hello and welcome back to the Guidance from Within podcast. I'm Brittany, your friend and host. I'm an Akashic Record reader, esoteric energy healer, and a spiritual life coach. I combined all of those wonderful things to be of service to you and help you empower your divine. Today on Guidance from Within, I want to talk to you about some things I would do differently at the very beginning of my spiritual journey. I want to give you some helpful support if this is you and you are beginning your spiritual journey, and maybe you can resonate with some. Before I get to those, if you could please subscribe, leave a comment, maybe rate the podcast if you're on YouTube, subscribe to my channel so you never miss an episode. And I really would love for you to be a part of the Heart of Brick community. Let's dive in. Number one, the first thing I would do differently if I was just now starting my spiritual journey is I would have more patience with myself as I learned to grow my intuition. When I was 14, I took my first energy healing class and I couldn't feel any of the energy that I was supposedly touching and moving and offering balance to. My hands, I felt like didn't work. I didn't think my third eye was working. I was really confused. But one thing that got me through that was practice. So from the age of 14 to 18, I took all of these energy healing classes. And by the end of this 4-year mystery school that I was in, I was feeling so much energy. My heart was wide open. My third eye was wide open. My hands could feel everything. It was really frustrating at first when I started learning about energy healing and using my body as a tool for healing. I felt like I was so out of touch with my intuition. I would see people around me hold crystals and feel their energy, and I would pick up the same crystal and not feel any energy at all. I would love to meet 14-year-old me and 15 and 16-year-old me and just tell her to have patience and that she cannot rush her soul's growth. No matter how hard she tries, she simply cannot rush her soul's journey. And it is coming. The sensitivity, the intuition, the psychic abilities, they are coming. It is just a matter of practice and patience. And if this resonates with you, let me know, because we are all on different parts of our spiritual journey, especially with our intuition development. You can't rush it. It is totally aligned with the journey your soul wants to take. Number two, I would meditate more often because I truly believe meditation is a fast track to getting to know your heart space, to getting to know your sensitivities, and to getting to know your soul's energy. I would in high school wake up maybe once a week or so, throw out my yoga mat, clear the room with a singing bowl, and then begin to meditate. As I went inward and meditated, connecting to my soul, I would see a lot of white, and seeing a lot of white energy is a good thing. It's not a bad thing, but I was only doing it once a week, and it should have really been more often. So if you are on your spiritual awakening and you're wondering how to come into a deeper understanding of who you are as a soul, a deeper understanding of the journey that is before you in your spiritual awakening, go meditate. Try different types of meditation. You don't have to just sit there and all day. There are many different types of meditations. You can sing Sanskrit to help you go into deep meditation. You can do visualized meditations. There are a lot for free on YouTube. You can do an open-eyed meditation where maybe you're looking at a mandala or you have some sort of beautiful psychedelic moving picture on YouTube in front of you, and that puts you into a meditative state. There are many different kinds of meditation. You can even do square breathing where you're counting the breath on a count of 4. It is totally up to you, but really give yourself time to find the meditation that works for you and that really feels good for what you need at the time. And it's totally okay if the types of meditation you need in your life change throughout your spiritual journey as well. Number three to me is actually the most important. I wish that I didn't hide my truth when I was going through my awakening at the age of 14. I wish that I had shared my truth and found the kids around me that felt the way that I did. And I wish I didn't stop sharing my truth. There were a couple of times as a teenager where I would share a little bit about the energy healing work that I was learning, and it was not received well, and it was really misunderstood. And it really made me cocoon and go back into my shell where I never shared that magical, mystical part of my life with anyone. If I could tell my younger self, I would say, speak your truth more often. It will help you find your community. And that's something I'm working on as a 27-year-old adult. I am still working on speaking my spiritual truth when it comes to those who cross my path, and being unapologetically myself when it comes to sharing my truth and this work. Old wounds like to crop up and be triggered, and that is okay, because healing ebbs and flows, and so does the spiritual awakening journey. But I promise you, if you start conversations about your spirituality, people may surprise you. There have been conversations that I've had with people around me about spirituality that I expected to be rejected by, and actually the conversation went really, really well and went better than expected. Share your truth, because the more you share your truth, the easier and really the quicker it is for you to build your spiritual community, and for you to find your soul family, and for you to have a support system while you're going through your spiritual awakening journey. Spiritual awakenings can feel very lonely, especially when you don't always understand what's happening at first. So the more that you let yourself speak your truth about what you're going through, the easier it will be to find support and community through the spiritual awakening journey. What advice would you give to those going on their spiritual awakening journey, or what advice do you wish someone had shared to you when you were going through your own? Please leave that in a comment, especially if you're on YouTube. Please comment. I'd love to hear from you. And don't forget to subscribe so that you can look out for and be informed about next week's episode. Thank you for listening to this podcast. Have a beautiful week.